All right, we are live. Hey everyone, Vinny here with meetingvinny.com, road to 1 million. I show you tips, tricks, resources on how you can better your life, relationship, and business online and offline. You can always visit me at www.meetingvinny.com. And there we go. Anyway, today I'm meeting up with my boy Isaias, and he's going to jump on anytime soon to kind of talk to each other about, who we are, our background, what's in the future for us, what we're currently doing, and the changes we like to see in our lives. Who knows how the structure of this conversation will be, but it's going to be an interesting one. Okay, so it's going to be very fun. Put it that way. In any case, while we're waiting, I just want to show you what's going on in the background. If you hear any noise, this is my niece and nephew. This is Alex. This is Adia. Okay. Kelly, you want to say hi? Okay, no. All right. What are you guys building?
A Lego Technic truck.
Lego Technic truck? What kind of truck? Hey, pass me that booklet so we can show the people what we're building. Okay. Well, 20 seconds. Tell the people what you're building.
A Lego Technic truck. Construction thing.
Is that it? I guess that's it. All right, let me see where Isaias is. Okay, waiting for you. Waiting for you. All right. So our friend Isaias is coming in soon. So while we're waiting for Isaias to come in, again, www.meetingvinny.com. Log on. It's not finished. I just started the blog, the website like last week, so it's pretty blank. I have one post on there. Pretty cool.
All right.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, man.
Ah, perfect.
So what, did you go to work this morning?
No, I'm free on weekends. I just went to get a haircut with my buddy.
There you go. Looks good, man. Looks good.
Thanks. Thanks.
So what's going on? I was just kind of introducing what we're doing today on this Google Hangout because we're gonna upload this on YouTube and have the whole world see it, right?
Yeah.
Who knows who's gonna see this video? So
Yeah.
Why don't you go on and just kind of introduce yourself to the world, who you are, what you plan on doing, what you're currently doing, and what's in store for the future for yourself.
Well, my name is Isaias Ocasio, as everybody knows. I'm living in Puerto Rico, born in Miami, Florida. I work for a bank. I work in the operations compliance division, so I make sure that everybody's doing their job correctly. Uh, but I'm very interested and have my own business. Uh, it's it's a wholesale business actually, but it's focused on anime, Marvel, DC content. But I'm also starting my own business of internet marketing and helping people out with my own experience that have happened in my life and hopefully with my blog, which is I'm also starting to create. It's up. It's been up for a couple weeks, but I'm still adding a lot of content. With that blog, I'm just sharing my thoughts, my opinion, and things that are going on in life. Things that I'm using to help my mind to get myself focused. You know, uh, it's basically it, man. I'm here to learn, and I'm here to help anybody that I can help.
Beauty. So you got the entrepreneur spirit inside you, huh?
Yes, I
Oh
do.
yeah. Have you? Is all your family member entrepreneurs, or what's going on there?
No, actually, I'm the only one. Um, my parents are retired.
Mm.
Uh, my dad used to be a security guard. My mom do income taxes. I used to do that too until I got into the bank. Uh, My brother's in the military, so basically I'm the only one who's into the entrepreneur spirits, and the reason I'm to that is because we've been, through our life, we had some hardships, and when I was a kid, I was powerless to do anything. I mean, we were living in a wooden home that was falling to pieces. But I was a kid. I couldn't get a job. To help my dad and my mom pay the bills, and I felt for a long time. I felt very powerless because I couldn't do anything. So once I came into an age where I could start doing stuff, I started working, in a bakery. I work in a pizzeria. Been doing all that stuff, and uh, now that I got into the bank, I've been able to, help, and they also still help me, because family helps each other.
Right.
But I'm in this because I have a purpose and I have a mission, and I'm not gonna rest until I get it.
There you go. I think, man, this is beautiful because it's so wonderful to hear another being, being that side of the team. I kind of
Yes.
not being the side, but switching teams.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So now we can speak the same lingo and not worry about, oh, is Vinny gonna understand what I mean by cash
No,
flow?
I,
You know what I mean? So
know. It's really good to find someone who may have not been in my same position, but understands what I'm going through. Not everybody has this kind of situations, but maybe having some things in life that make you see like, oh wait, I need to get out of this. I need to work harder. I need to uh, give a better life to my family. So I I remember this thing that my father tells me: you cannot help others if you don't help yourself first. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm studying. I'm looking for people who have had success. As you know, I've been studying a little bit of Bob Proctor. I've been even studying Tony Robbins, and now I'm studying at uh, Robert Hollis. Which is a really, I gotta say it. I gotta say it. He seems a bit of a goofball sometimes, but that's what's interesting about him because he's real. He's willing to help others. He understands what I'm feeling, what you're feeling, Benny, because he has an amazing story that actually caught my eye because it was quite similar to mine, in different in some aspects. So that's why I'm on doing all this.
that's beautiful, man. Because I think a lot of people confuse owning a business is just making money.
Yes.
And it's again, I keep saying the same word, but it goes perfect, with our situation. It's so beautiful how, we we we're not at this financial state we want to be, but we
Yes.
know there's a higher cost to it. So we see past that physical paper, um,
Yeah.
and see past of the why we're doing it. So, and in your shoes, comparing to others, even other entrepreneurs who are in business, most people are in business. They don't know why they're in business. They don't know their why. And clearly, for you, you just stated your why is really to help others. More important, not just others, but your close family.
Yes.
And eventually, that'll transcend into other groups and people as well.
Yeah, that's true. I remember uh, you can find part of this story in my blog later on. I'll give you the link. But after I lost my job, one of the jobs I was in, I felt kind of lost because it was the only source of income. It wasn't much, but it was my only source of income. So I got very desperate, and I moved to Orlando with an aunt of mine to see if I can get a job or anything. So I started a job, then I lost it because I didn't have any kind of transportation, and it was so frustrating. It was so I could tell it was heartbreaking because I was trying to do better, but I couldn't, get anywhere. I returned back to Puerto Rico because I I got a call from my old boss telling me that I was so good at what I was doing that they needed me back. And I started questioning for a moment, like, okay, then if I was so good, why did you let me go? But I never asked the question because all I was focusing is like, okay, she called me back, I need the money, whatever. So I went back to work. So, but one day I was with my girlfriend and we were talking, and I was telling her, you know what, I cannot do this anymore. I need to earn money because I don't want to be worrying where I'm going to get the mortgage payment, where I'm going to get the utilities, the money to pay the utilities, to get the food and all that, and we started brainstorming and we found a common interest in this anime and Marvel and DC stuff. So we created a business around that. I still have that business. I'm still growing that business. It's going to be 2 years now in March that I'm going to be doing that. And it's step by step. I've been have my setback because it was the first time I ever done something like this.
Mm.
But now I'm in a position that I know what to do and I'm doing it and I'm growing it little by little every time. And while I'm growing this business, I am starting another one because even though I'm not fully mastered, but I have some understanding, I have some experience that even with a simple paragraph or simple word, I can inspire somebody else to, find their meaning, uh, the meaning and why should I do this? I mean, uh, the other day in the group, I said it like, okay, this is my story. This is what I want to do. Thank you for everything, and inspire some other people.
Sorry, I had to mute myself.
I,
I hear you, brother. Hey, can you share a little bit about 2 years ago from today, your kind of like your mindset of how you were thinking 2 years ago, your emotions in comparison to where you're at today, like how much of a drastic difference that is for you.
oh man, wow, it's a huge one. 2 years from 2 years in the past from now, I had the worst mood ever. I was always angry. I was always frustrated. And sometimes it catches up to me because life is life. But now I know how to deal with it, and I'm still learning how to deal with different things. But uh, I felt powerless again. I felt useless sometimes. I felt that I was a nobody, that I wasn't going to amount to anything. I wasn't going to go anywhere. You know, Working in a job where you work 40 hours a week for only like 3 months of the year because I started doing taxes. And I was like, is this the only thing I'm good at? I still haven't finished my degree, because my economic problem is haven't had the chance to just go back in it. But uh, not that I'm saying I'm gonna go back and get it. I'll just get it to have it there. But now I found another way to educate myself and get rid of those emotion and bring all this positive thinking. You know, there's a quote that I like from Napoleon Hill. It is, what the mind can see and conceive, what the mind can conceive and believe it will achieve. So I've been focusing on that, and I've been seeing what I want. I've been believing in what I want, and either I'm not getting uh, anything right now, I'm getting the knowledge. You see, and once you get the knowledge, you can accomplish everything else. You can get financially free once you have the knowledge and the understanding, and that's the point where I am right now. I am studying to acquire all that knowledge. I hate to read. I tell you, I hate to read, and I can say with certainty that the first book I ever read through and through has been Think and Grow Rich. And I'm going back to it because even though you read it, since it's a big book and each chapter has a very powerful message, you have to keep going reading and reading it. And I understand now why Bob Proctor's been reading the book for over 50 years, because every time you read it, you get that like aha moment, like, oh really, this is what he meant in this. So you like put it in your notes and you started applying it love in life. So that's where I am. I'm in that position of I'm not gonna let the frustration caught up to me. I'm not gonna let the despair caught up to me. I realized that even though I thought I wasn't going anywhere, I was doing a lot of good stuff. I had a lot of good in my life, but I wasn't seeing it. You know, my parents are alive. I have a roof. I have food on the table. Uh, uh, I have a TV. I have some common. I have my games. I am a gamer, and the games is the ones that release my stress. When I feel very, very stressful, I get, I try to get in like for 15, 20 minutes, whatever I have, and release it, and then go back to my studies. But I realized that I have so many stuff, and I don't have a lot of friends because I am very selective on friends, and I have one friend that he's been with me through for all my hardships and all my stuff. So I am grateful for all that, and being grateful for that has given me this confidence and this boost and this uh, it has rekindled my passion and my desire.
Sorry, again, I have to unmute myself again.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. That's the thing, man. Thanks for sharing your background story, man. That is quite phenomenal. Isaiah, let me ask you another question. Knowing what you know today that you didn't know 2 years ago, how do you plan on using that to really excel your life for the next? I wouldn't have to go 5 years. I was because next year, 2016 December, it's going to be a whole new lifestyle, right? And there's so much you can do in an entire year. I mean, so much when they call it the quantum jump. Okay.
Yes, yes, they call it the quantum jump. Yes.
Yeah. So next year at this time, what are you looking to achieve for yourself? Of course, you got like you just said earlier.
Mm,
What your dad had shared with you when you were young. What would you like to have for yourself next year at this time, and what would you like to have given others by this time next year?
well, uh, the first thing I'm gonna accomplish is uh, I want to give my family what they always been deserving. I want to give them that peace of mind. And knowing what I know today, I know I can get there. You know, uh, I'm not saying that it's going to be financially free because, it can happen. It can happen. If I work hard enough, I can happen. But the way I want to work it is I want to, get that income flowing so I can help my parents get that dream house, and I know I can get there. I know I can get my business growing. Uh, but one thing that actually happened the other day is that I was in I had my last $5 on my pocket. I didn't get paid for an extra 2 weeks at my job, so that's the only thing I had in my pocket, $5. So I was getting out of work, and I see this homeless guy in the lights, and he comes to me and he's saying like, oh, I know you can help me out, man. I have a need, and there's a thing that I can eat, but I have no money. Can you get spare anything? And I started looking at him, and there's a lot of thoughts that came into my mind. I'm like, okay, either I give him what I have left and he can go, maybe shoot himself because I've seen it, or he can just eat. So I can say like, whatever he needs it, you're fine. It doesn't matter if you're last one. I just went, I grabbed my $5 on my pocket and I gave it to him, and I said, here, buddy, here's $5. There's a Burger King. Go get something to eat, man. And and he started crying, and he said, God bless you, man. There's a lot of good stuff coming in your way. And I kept driving home, and I was thinking like, oh crap, I just gave him my last $5, and what the hell I'm gonna do with about gas and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh whatever, there's gotta be some way I can find out. And but after that, I started feeling a joy. I started feeling like, wow, I helped somebody who was in need. I fed somebody, and it kind of reminded me of a little backstory that Tony Robbins says that he didn't have any food in a Thanksgiving day, and somebody came up to the door and gave him the food for Thanksgiving. And it was like, you know, this is, and actually around it was around Thanksgiving week. It was the day after Thanksgiving, and I was like, wow, I just gave this guy his Thanksgiving, and it felt so good. So it made me think, and something that I said to my girlfriend, which her name is Melissa, by the way. Uh, a couple of years ago, that once I came into money, I would build a refuge where, these homeless people can come in, uh, have a place to sleep and have a place to eat, and they can go and do around, whatever they wanted to do. But I wanted to make sure that at least they had a place to, get some shut-eye and had some food in their bellies. And I want to accomplish that. And I know I can accomplish that by either doing baby steps, finding an organization that focus on that, and I can, start donating whatever I can to that until I can build my own place, my own organization that I could does that. So that's what I'm actually focusing for next year. Uh, that's actually what I want to do.
That's beauty, man. I love that. I'm gonna give you a hand for that. That was awesome. That was awesome. And you mentioned the $5, and I think a lot of people is mistaken that you need, tens of thousands of dollars to donate to this cause and that, and that's baloney, because right in our backyard, I mean, everywhere we go, there's people that need our help.
Yes, that's true.
We don't have to go to any huge society or anything. Walk down the street, walk an old woman across the street. You don't need money to do something like that. You don't just do the kindness of your heart. And like you said, just by simple act of kindness, from people we're not connected to, the universe will reward us tenfold.
Yeah, sure.
So awesome. That's great, man. I don't have any other question. This is like on the fly. I'm asking because honestly, I just want to get to know you, Isaias, kind of like your background, and where you came from, and where you're trying to go forward in the future.
Yeah, and that was the reason for this hangout. To know each other.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn now.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have the same question. Tell me a bit more about you. And what make you do this? What's your background?
All right. When I was a young, and I was early this morning. I went to a chiropractor. After that, went to my mom's house to spend a few hours with her. And she said, "Hey, you remember when you were young?" I said, "Of course not." She was like, "Yeah, when you were young, we would just start making money, the parents, and we finally bought a VCR, right? And the VCR was $400, and of course my mom would go to work, and I would sit home and I would disassemble the VCR. They come home super pissed, super upset. Why did you? It's brand new. What were you doing? Disassembling this VCR? I mean, I barely remember this, but she told me I disassembled it. I gave her the answer. I wanted to see why or how videos were being output from this device to the TV, and so I took it apart. So I mean, I guess it was a natural kind of instinct for me to be hands-on, and of course, I'm sorry, and you answer this, please? Outside. And so, within my family, my parents were very entrepreneurial. Okay, we came to the Americas in '89. Of course, kids of children of 6. There's no way they could support all 6 of us with a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
Long story short, they, of course, my dad had a food cart, and he made all the mistakes that an entrepreneur could have made. He set up his food cart in random places, not knowing there was, you need a license, inspections, and all that stuff. We would go to the Philadelphia subway to set up, anywhere in Center City, at farmers market, like anywhere he could have set up. And back then, we didn't have any cash. We were very poor, extremely poor. So we would use food stamps to purchase. Well, he would use food stamps to purchase inventory. Fast forward, he lost money in 5 years. Okay, and of course, as a child, see my parents go through that, you kind of pick up a few sort of activities and what they were doing. Okay?
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm off to school, graduate high school, off to college, because that's the next step that parents know, right? So I went to college, received my engineering degree. I moved to Orlando 2008 for my first job, and that was my first paycheck I ever received ever in my life, was that job. In high school, what I used to do was I used to take people's PlayStation 2s, modify it, and sell them, backup games, or any method that was possible. Buy accessories online from eBay and sell them in person. And it was just fun to do. It was just fun to do, to buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. And so I see my parents in that entrepreneur route. I kind of, I guess, naturally transitioned to that route as well. A year and a half into my job, I got laid off, and then I started pursuing the entrepreneur route, because a job is just plain risky. I was doing everything I can to really excel, to really prove that I was loyal, and boom, just like that, I was gone. Started, my new venture, crash and burn, lost about 30 grand on my unemployment money. I was broke, man. I was drinking salt soup for quite some time. And then so, I was $2,000, not $2,000. I was in debt about, I forgot how many, $8,000 or $10,000. But I had $2,000 left on my Discover credit card. Not to go into much details, but I start buying things from overseas, importing into the U.S. with that 2,000 credit card, and sort of build a product empire with that. So from 2012 to 2014-ish or so, that was when I condensed. That was a quantum leap for me. That was when I did everything I knew I had to do. That was when I learned so much. I was reading. I was listening to audios. I was executing. I was failing hard, man. I was losing money. I was making money, but at the same time, I wasn't afraid to fail. I was in my mid-20s, and I told myself, if I fail today or at this age, I have, holy smacks, like 50, 60 more years of my life to make it up. I don't mind failing right now, okay, to have a better life in the future. I don't mind. And it was, what was great about that was that I had for about 2 years, I was sleeping 2-3 hours a day. I was hustling. I was talking to people. I was uncomfortable talking to people. I'm an introvert. I hate talking to people. But I had to do what I had to do. I had to do what was right. And that was my whole mentality. I forgot where I heard this from. Maybe it might be Zig Ziglar or one of those, higher up or hoorah guys, right? They said to write your goals down, write what you want to do every day, and make sure you do it the time you said you're going to do it. And that's responsibility. And then, so of course, that's hard when it's 1 o'clock and you gotta do a Periscope. That's hard when it's 1 o'clock and you gotta go to the bank. As simple as that, or do grocery at 1 o'clock, and you don't feel like it. That's you versus you right there. That's no one else.
Well, yeah.
All the hoo-ha, man, won't do any good.
Yes, yeah. And
So
sometimes it actually frustrates you.
yeah, and it's like a guilt trip if you don't do it.
Yes.
So within that quantum leap phase of that 2 years, that's what I extracted most out of it. Was I had to do what I had to do at the time I said I was going to do it. And if I would have based my success, it would have been based on that statement alone. So it's 2015, and I forgot what the question is, but I'll just tell you what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
It's 2015 right now. During the time I was building, my product empire, I was selling offline going to retail stores, calling people up, something at farmers market. I mean, any outlet I could find to, distribute my product. I was there, man. You know that I was there. I was passing out flyers, doing business cards, the website, the whole 9 yards. Anything I knew was feasible, I was going to do it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Fast forward to 2015, of course, the online wave is where it's at, right?
It's true.
And so I decided to take everything that was offline and put it aside and focus strictly online. And so, at that point, I decided, hey, we're going to do everything strictly online. We're going to learn how to advertise. I've never done advertising before. I don't even know how to do that. Never learned how, but because we had to do what we had to do in order to be where we want to be, right? That's one of the things we had to learn. So forcefully, I had to learn online marketing. Still am. Not to say I know what to do, but I kind of know what's going on. Little by little. On the same token, just tying my physical product business to a service-based business, education business. You're familiar with that, and also eventually take that and sort of kind of build onto it, where it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's kind of where, build bigger and bigger. But I would say ultimately, just like you as well, to build it, to understand it, and then to help others not regards, but with whatever interest they like to do, teach them how to get to where we will be at in the future. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
So pretty awesome.
Nah, that's great. And I totally feel you. It's not easy to do this transition from offline to online because yeah, offline you were hustling, you were going everywhere, you're going to the lights, like you said. But online, it's a whole new world. I mean, not only you have to understand what we're doing online and figure out how to market our, product, our services, our knowledge, but we also, in a way, have to be selective. Like what I learned from yesterday's course, you're gonna find a lot of people that are excited as we, but at the end they either not get it, they'll backstab you, they'll just leech from you, and it's a process, but it's a process that it's doable, it's understandable, and we are in the right path. Uh, it's amazing how are we. I don't know if you notice. The main thing that attracted me to Robert is that you can talk to him. You you can actually get into a hangout, a chat with him. And he even though he has his millions and he's helping other, he's still fighting for his stuff. He's still getting into new things. He's still helping others. And you know, to find somebody like Robert who's that accessible, that affordable, it's very, very rare, because yeah, I've been following Bob Proctor for a while, but it's not that, you know, uh, accessible. He has his video, he has the material that you can watch for free and stuff. But when you want to get to the good stuff, the cream de la cream, like everybody says, you have to pay a lot of money. And I understand where he comes from, but that's his business and that's what his knowledge is worth. But for me, it's like a stepping stone. You see, you have Robert, who he decided that what he has is so powerful and so useful that instead of just, I'm gonna be up here like all these giants, I'm gonna go down to your level and I'm gonna help you get to our level. He's walking us step by step, and that's amazing. It's very, very rare to find someone like that.
It's a one of a kind, man. I don't think we're ever gonna find anyone like Robert ever again.
Yeah, it's true. And not only Robert, Bill, his sons, we are into this, or they're building new things, new courses to help us. And uh, I mean, you got an amazing success, uh, company there. And I understand you because even though you got to that, you saw my how amazed I was that you actually made it. But after that shock came through, I was like, wait, but if I was on the shoot, I would feel empty. And here you come. Yesterday you said like, hey, I got this, but I still don't feel it. And I'm like, well, he is. So in a way, we're thinking alike. So I was talking with a coworker, and I'm saying that how things are going throughout this time and year over here where I am, and the whole world. We always have to look for ourselves. We always have to look for our family. We always have to look for alternatives to, make us better and make everyone else better. If we want to get there, it's whole matter of knowledge, passion, and desire.
Absolutely, man. That's yeah. I'm kind of speechless by that because I like you said, I always thought, not always thought, but like I always felt that the more money you make, the more satisfied you be, and coming from a past of poverty, that
Yes.
was that's what we were seeking, and self improvement, self development ultimately got us where we are today, and it's so fun because like you said, in the book Think and Grow Rich, similar to everything else, we hear about people helping, about people wanting this and wanting that, and then when they actually reach that goal, they realize it was actually something else. It's just amazing. I'm just very excited for what's to come in the future and what we're able to provide to the world.
Oh yeah, I mean, my mind is going wild with all the possibilities that we can accomplish, either alone or or together, and creating a group. We can, uh, we can get united, and we can share all our ideas like we're doing, and all our knowledge, and build something so powerful to help others that uh, it's a great feeling. I mean, coming again to the story a couple of days ago for that homeless guy, when I gave him the $5, I still go back and think about it, and I'm like, wow, it's awesome. And when you think about it, even though we might going through rough times, we waste a lot of money. I mean, we buy useless stuff that we don't need. You know, we spend and a lot of money going outside to eat, and if you just take a percentage of that and you set it aside for anything, at least in my case, that I want to help those who don't have what I have. You mean I can set aside $1, a quarter, $5 every other day, and when you add that up, so you already have like 50. You got $100, and you just go to a charity and you say like, "Hey, I want to donate this to those people who are in need," and you just do it. It pretty sure that's gonna feel even more awesome when than when I gave those $5.
Absolutely, man. You will. You definitely will. Well, Isaias, let's close this out, and I'm gonna ask you one last final question
Sure.
to really help the people that that's watching you, because I'm sure you're gonna have thousands of people that's gonna follow you and see what you're doing. You mentioned the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I'm not gonna ask you one, but what are two things someone that's watching this right now that they can do to better themselves in whatever issue they're experiencing in their life right now? What would you suggest?
I mean, the first thing is just get a copy of the book. download it, buy it online. Just get a copy. Or even call me. I'll just give you one of my copies here. I just print it, whatever. Just get the book, read it, study it, because it helps you focus. It helps you shift your mind to what you want to achieve, your dreams, your goal. You know, that's the first thing. The second thing is don't give up on yourself. It doesn't matter how hard things are. It doesn't matter how hard things seems. If you're a spiritual person or a religious person, you know that God will never let you down. I mean, He will always be there for you. And if you're not a spiritual person, the only one who can let yourself down is yourself. So don't give up on what you want. I mean, if you see a bump, it's just a bump. Go around it, go over it. And if you fall, get up and try again. Just don't give up on yourself.
That was beautiful, man. All right, well, let's close this out. Hopefully, replay viewers, you watching any of these, we really hope you got some value out of it. We're not millionaires yet. We're not. We are successful in our own sense of where we at, and how far we came about to this day, to where we were. We are successful in that aspect, but we are continuously working to become a better us than we were last year. Then and next year we will be better than who we are today. So with that said, visit my buddy Isaias. Can you tell me your blog website?
Yeah, I'm gonna change the name soon, but right now it's Sayasi, which is my name backwards. It's Sayasi blog at rawpress.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also, send me a message to Facebook. You can find me under my name, Isaias Ocasio, and we can go from there.
Beautiful, man. Hey, thanks for jumping on. My name is Vinny. This little kid back here is being newsy. That's Alex, my nephew.
Hey,
All right, bud. Logging off now. Good seeing
see
you.
you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.